Awesome. Okay, welcome to our Zoom call for today's company. So let's get started. I'm excited about this. I know Andrea will probably be with us. So we're going to go over quickly just some recognition and wanted to thank Molly and Tiffany and myself and my husband for hitting successfully last month. That was super exciting. That was a good group, and we had a lot of close. So this month, let's make it happen. Okay. And the other recognition I wanted to do was for Club, I offer your 20% card to anywhere you want. So Molly and Tiffany earned that. I'm not giving it away. I might buy myself there sometime. So you guys can just email me or message me and let me know where you want that to, and I will get it to you in the mail. That's where we're going to leave recognition because it is only the second day, and I don't think we have any Success Club points on our team yet. So let's see how many we can get for our next call. And then the first thing I wanted to go over today, we're going to go over two things. We're going to talk about Nicole's challenge about doing three-way phone calls and her competition that she has going for that. And then we're going to spend some time talking about time management. And what I've been doing with these calls is kind of letting them self-direct. So I pay attention to what questions I'm getting from you guys throughout the week and then kind of zero in the training in on that. And I would say just about every single one of the messages this week I got from people had something to do with time management in that aspect. So we're going to spend the bulk of our time on that. But I wanted to go over first Nicole's challenge for three-way calls. And I'm actually excited she's doing this because I think challenges make everybody sit up and pay attention and want to try harder. And I really want you guys to do three-way phone calls. They're so effective, and you have a better chance than not at getting somebody to sign up if you just do one. So maybe this challenge will be the little fire everybody needs to get it done. We have a couple people on here that have tried a couple times, but I would like it to be the norm and not the not norm. So I am just going to read you what she wrote. For those of you who are not on the Team Passion page, because I know I haven't added all of you guys to that page, Nicole Jones is our top coach on our upline. And she has issued a challenge on the Team Passion page for anyone in the downline who, excuse me, does five three-way calls in between Sunday and Thursday. I think that's what she said. Trying to find it. Okay, so here's what she said. I'm just going to read it to you. The challenge is to set up 5 three-way phone calls between Sunday and Thursday, and you'll do it with me or your upline diamond, and I think I'm the only upline diamond on this team right now. Georgie is. Georgie could do them too. And as we schedule those, for everyone you schedule, I'm going to put a post on her post and keep track of it so that there will be a prize at the end of this. So you want to try it. Don't be afraid to just dig in. If you're already running challenge groups and confident in your abilities, then do it with the business opportunity. So the phone calls can either be 3-way business opportunity calls or 3-way challenge group calls. Even if you're good at it, just go ahead and try this so that it'll help our team do it. The idea here is to give you a little bit of background. Nicole is very adamant about 3-way calls. So I'm going to share a little bit of her story and how she got started. And this is why she is so adamant about doing these calls. She says, when I first started 4+ years ago, she got her first 5 people on the phone in 1 week on a call with her coach, who's Keith Callahan. She said to her family and friends, this is exactly how she approached them. So you might want to write this wording down so that you have an invite ready to go. What she said was, I am really excited to share this with you, and I am doing this for my health and fitness, and I'm looking for people who want to join me and hold each other accountable. Would you be interested? She sent this exact message to 10 people a day on her friends and family list, and some via text and Facebook messages, some via email. And the ones that came back with yes, this is how she responded. Great. When is a good time to get on a quick 10-minute call so I can share how it works? Can you do this on a lunch break or when maybe after your kids go to bed or maybe while you're cooking dinner? Give them options where they can visualize being on a phone call with you for 10 minutes. When they come back and say, my lunch break, say, great, how about noon on Monday? Tie down a time and a day. Then she would text Keith and say, I have a call on Monday at noon. Can you hop on with me? Monday at noon, she would call her friend and say, hey, I'm so excited to share with you, but I am still really new at this and I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to have you hold on a quick second so I can get my friend Keith on the phone to help answer both of our questions. She says then that no one ever had an issue with this. Keith would pretty much run the call for her. She would listen and take notes. And by the time she did 5 of these phone calls, she was good to go on her own and had the confidence she needed to continue to do the calls by herself. So that, I think, really helps visualize why these calls are important. And I think it's a fun way to make them happen for our team because you guys are inviting like crazy. But I have gotten a few messages saying, oh no, someone said yes, now what? So now we know what. Just so even if you feel like you're a pro at inviting, let's just try to do a couple of them anyway. That way you can get an idea of what a 3-way phone call feels like so you can do them with your coaches. Okay? All in agreement? Any questions about that? Okay, unmute yourself.
I'm not real quick at writing down. Can we post that wording in the group page?
Yep, I will steal her post and put it onto our page.
Okay, that was my only question.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Okay, my dog is going to probably jump up on me in just a second, so ignore her if you see her. All right, so now we're going to go into the time management stuff, and I'm just going to share 8 tips with you guys tonight on time management. So this is coming about because I have seen numerous messages in just the last week about not having enough time or not being able to own our time or having too many interruptions or having too many projects going at once and not being able to prioritize and make the business work. So I can help you with this because I have managed to balance a lot of things at once and still be very successful at what I'm doing. So ignore her. Stop. Go outside. Go. Hold on one second. Cody, call Bella. Sorry. So time management tips. We'll just jump right into them. And these are 8 simple ways. We're not going to get in depth, planning, coding, anything like that. It's just going to be 8 simple steps that we can do to improve our time management. A lot of these actually, I have stolen from Shalene Johnson. So anybody who hasn't done her 30-day push, if you are having issues with time management, I highly suggest you do it. It's free. It's 30daypush.com. Find an accountability partner, sign up for it, and by the time you get to that 30 days, you will have a pretty good handle on your time management and tons of other areas of your life. She's amazing. So that's just a freebie little tip that I suggest you guys cut out. So, okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is to make a to-do list every day. And this is something that Shalene is adamant about. So what you need to do is set aside 15 minutes every morning before you do anything else to make a to-do list with the most important things you want to accomplish at the top of that list, even if they're things you hate. I would say especially if they're things you hate to do, because you can get them done and out of the way and move on to the things that are less tedious. So take the time to do that. There's different ways. Some people like paper and pen. I think I'm a paper and pen person. I have not mastered the Android app to-do list phone thing yet. I have a tendency to not want to look at my phone more than I have to in a day. So if I have paper and a pen and I can write my to-do list and put that really amazing slash through the thing that I did, it just makes me feel better. So I am a paper and pen to-do list person. However, there are lots of amazing apps out there that would probably make your to-do list fun. That is on my goal list for 2015 is to find an app that works for me. So make a to-do list every single day. Try motivating yourself with a reward if you can get everything off of your list. Um, and then, like I said already, order them in the order of what you need to get done, what you want to get done, and what you would like to get done. I can't remember if it's Brian Tracy or Darren Hardy, but in one of their books that I read, they would label everything that had to be done with A, stuff they wanted to get done with B, and things they would like to get done with C. And you should do some of all of them, but that just helps you visually connect what really needs to be focused on just by looking at your list. Okay, the next tip is to keep your work with you. I love this tip, especially considering what we do. And going through this list of 8 tips, this is probably the number one thing that helped me accomplish what I accomplished over the last year. Because our business is so portable, we can do it anywhere if you have your cell phone with you. I worked in my car when I was at soccer practice or waiting for my kids at Scouts. I worked on my lunch break at work because I could take my phone with me or log into my Beachbody account from my work computer, which I was allowed to do. Um, if I'm sitting at the doctor's office with a kid because I had an emergency appointment that I didn't plan on taking them in for, you know you're going to be sitting in the waiting room for an undisclosed amount of time. You can pull your phone out and answer a couple of messages. So bring your work with you. Have, a folder. If you are a paper and pen kind of person, keep it with you. You can write notes. You can write your goals while you're waiting at the doctor's office. You can knock a good 2-3 things off your list in a day by just bringing your work with you. Don't be afraid to say no. This is where I fail. It is okay to say no to people if you have stuff that you have to get done on your to-do list and you don't have time to do whatever they're asking you. This could be social or work. I have a lot of people ask me all the time, can you help me with this? And I say yes every single time. I have learned recently I need to say no more often. I'm reminded by my 11-year-old that on a daily basis now. But it also could be, hey, Cindy, you want to go see the new Hunger Games movie? Well, probably no. I need to be working on my business right now. So there are sacrifices we're going to have to be making to make this work. So keep that in the forefront of your mind. And remember, it's okay to say no. You're going to have to. Most people will respect that you're passing up the opportunity to focus on your business. Find your productive time. That is an important tip. When do you work the best? Are you a morning person? Are you a night owl? When can you sit down, schedule out a power hour, and just finish it thinking, I killed that hour. I got so much done. When I first started this business, I was a little bit chaotic all over the place. I just grabbed time wherever it was. And I found out early on, I'm not a morning person. If I schedule myself a power hour at 8 o'clock in the morning, all I do is sit there and stare at the screen, wondering what I should be doing right now. However, if my power hour is at 10 o'clock at night, I've got the kids tucked into bed, my house is quiet, I can get so much work done. It's crazy. My brain is just still fresh from the rest of the day. I don't know what it is. I'm a night person. So find that time for you. Set blocks of time off at different times throughout the day. Find out what works for you. You'll know right off the bat which one of those hours are your hours and take advantage of it. Start scheduling your power hour during that time. Create a dedicated study time, work time. So that kind of goes back to the power hour. Find out when's your productive time and then claim that hour. Make sure your family knows, make sure your friends know. Between the hours of, conveniently for me, 10 and 11, not a lot of people are trying to get a hold of me. That's the time I work, and I would prefer if people didn't interrupt me during that time. So I don't check Facebook messages. I don't check email. I spend my time exclusively on whatever I have scheduled to do during that time. So that being said, find your time, claim your time, and then know what you're going to do. Don't just say, oh, it's 10 o'clock, time to do my work. Now, what do I do? No, you need to have a list of things you're wanting to work on. So that to-do list is going to be expanded at this point, that for that 1 hour, what are you going to accomplish? For my 1 hour, I spend 15 to 30 minutes, probably, depending on how busy I am, checking in on Facebook with people, connecting with people, doing my forming, checking out people's Facebook pages, commenting on their pictures, um, basically just making myself more relevant on their Facebook pages so that we can have more connections. I spend about 20 minutes posting in all of my groups. That's probably more time than an Emerald. Hold on. That's probably more time than an Emerald coach would spend because I'm running some Emerald to Diamond groups that take a little bit more time to post and respond in because the assignments are a little bit more lengthy in those. So I have that on my schedule. And then I leave a little bit of time open at the end to do some research. So I've been doing a lot of research lately on the Insanity Max program because shockingly, I've decided I'm absolutely going to be doing it, and I'm going to be running a pretty in-depth group. I've decided to start doing my challenge group smaller with 5-ish type people in there and doing it more intimate so that it's good posts every single day, getting to know each of those 5 people, checking on them every single day. So I've been doing a lot more educating myself on the programs so I know what I'm talking about. So that's how I handle that. So the next tip, budget your time. You need to figure out how much time you usually are going to be spending on work. So like I said, for my first year, it was 2 hours. And then create a schedule that you're going to follow. Determine how much free time you have and when you have it, and then schedule and budget your time. If you do this, you will work. That's just the bottom line. I started off not scheduling my time and just taking every little bit I could here and there. And honestly, what happened was I was working a lot more and getting a lot less done. So finally, and I can't remember who it was, had suggested it to me probably 3 months into the business, schedule your time. And I did. I scheduled out 2 hours of time throughout the day, banged out all my work whenever I was in those 2 hours, and then still wasn't taking time from the family, wasn't on my phone all the time. So budget your time and then use that budgeted time. And again, this comes back. There's a lot of us who are parents on here. Tell your family, this is the time I'm not going to be available. Mom's working during this time. You need to leave me alone so that we can reach these goals and we will have these benefits, whatever that may be. We are working towards a Disneyland vacation right now. If we can save up enough money between the work that my husband and I are doing, next summer we'll be taking the kids to Disneyland. So they know if they let me work, we're going to get to go to Disneyland. It could be whatever your family goal is that you're working towards, but make sure you share those goals with your family and help them understand that budgeted time is going to help you reach those goals. I have also started using that budgeted time for my kids to be doing homework. So if they're busy off doing their homework, I have older kids who can help the younger kids. So it's not like I have to be right there all the time. They're busy, I'm busy, we're all working. Works out nice. You got to get creative sometimes. 7th tip is do not get sidetracked. And I think our line of work is so easy to get sidetracked because we're on Facebook. So remember when you're forming and commenting on people's pictures that you're not surfing Facebook. You are working. And what's helped me with that is to set a limit or a goal, like I'm going to connect with 5 people tonight, and I will go comment or form with those 5 people, and then I get off Facebook. Otherwise, it sucks you in, and then it's midnight, and you're wondering why you didn't get done what you wanted to get done. So don't get sidetracked. So if you find yourself wasting time on unimportant things, stop, pull out your to-do list, look at what is the top thing on that list that you haven't accomplished, and start working on that. If you're working on a project that you just can't seem to get focused on and you don't understand something, get help. If it's something I can help you with or your upline coach can help you with, ask them. So the last tip I want to talk to you about, another one that I'm not the best at, but I'm actually going to be doing a free group next month, is get a good night's sleep. If you get a good night's sleep, you're more productive. That's just the bottom line. I have gotten really good at functioning on 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night. That's been probably over 10 years that that's happened. So I am finding as I am getting older, I need more sleep than 4 or 5 hours. I'm getting tired in the afternoon. So make sure you're getting enough sleep. Your brain needs rest to perform at its peak. If it's time to sleep, put everything away and go to sleep, and add the stuff that you didn't finish on your to-do list onto your next day's to-do list. It's not a big deal if you have to do that. So like I said, I will be running a free group next month. It's going to be so simple. You guys are more than welcome to jump into it or add people to it. It's going to be setting a bedtime and sticking to a bedtime. And we'll post tips on what good night's sleep does for people and how much sleep people should be getting and that sort of stuff. So I'm still gathering info for that group, but I think it'll be fun and it'll probably go for 2 weeks. Cool. So those are my tips. The other thing you can do outside of the push is Google time management tips and just start reading through them. You all know where you need to focus to get your time management on track. So find where you need the help and read through the tips. If you find one, say, I really need help with getting to bed on time. Read that and see what it has to say. There's so much information out there. Okie dokie. So that's all I have. Are there any questions? Any questions not related to what we talked about? If you have, go ahead and unmute yourself.
I had saw in the post for the meeting, were we still going to go over Facebook posts?
Which one was that?
I thought it was for the coach meetings. We were going to talk about time management and Facebook posts, but maybe I was reading something else.
Let me see. Hold on. We could talk about Facebook posts. I think we have 10 minutes left.
Yeah, I think we may have added that to the agenda also, Cindy.
Okay. My original topic was and then I got so many comments on the time management that I switched to that and forgot to tell Jeremy. But we will probably push Facebook posts to next week because I don't want to just lightly touch on it, and that's something that we can take a whole call on. So if you have any specific questions, you can message me. Okay. Anybody else?
Can I say something?
Yes.
How's it going?
Good. I'm so
What
glad
an awesome turnout, man. You guys rock.
I'm excited. I asked everybody to get on and make sure we had best numbers ever. So good job.
Yeah. I'm so the opposite of you. I'm sitting here laying on my bed. I'm all sacked out. I'm ready for bed.
I took my robe off to make the call because I was curled up in my warm robe, freezing.
Jeremy, I love the beard. I haven't seen you for a while. That looks good. I love Zoom calls. Hey, so three-way calls, you guys. That is exactly how I got started. Nicole I just kind of went step by step. She's like, okay, here's the first thing you do. You make a list of 25 people. I'm like, okay, I made my list of 25 people. And she said, you send them this message. And so she said, she didn't even make it very long. It was just like, hey, I'm doing this new thing. Would you like to hear more about it? And that's basically all I said. A little bit more, but it was, I'm doing this new thing. Would you like to hear more about it? And then people would say yes. And I'm like, well, shit, I don't know what to do now. So I messaged Nicole and I'd say, so somebody said yes. And she's like, cool, get them on the phone with me. I'm like, okay. And so then I'd get them on the phone with her. And I mean, I had no forethought into any, I put no thought into it. Nicole said, let me sign up your first 10 people. So she basically just got me to Diamond. And so what I'm hearing is what Cindy's setting up is let Cindy get you to Diamond. Let her do the selling. let her do the explaining. She knows these things inside and out. And so if you're not emerald and if you're not diamond, just let Cindy do it for you. Just simple. It's just simple. So win that challenge. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I wanted to add one thing to that challenge too, because I don't know what Nicole's prize is. She hasn't revealed it as far as I can tell. But I wanted to tell you guys, for every coach, if you get 5 3-way calls scheduled and they happen, I will get you a Shakeology container. The canisters that have the vacuum pack seal on it. So if you schedule 5 3-way calls with me, you get one. So, and I'm going to put it through the next 2 weeks. You can have 2 weeks. I feel like we're a little bit short on Nicole's end thing, but yeah. So that, and I don't know if anybody has those, but they're so cool. I have 2 of them and there's just not enough.
So I was looking at the Insanity Max today that came out, and I posted that anybody that hit Success Club 10, which is only 5 challenge packs, so that's 5 people. That would be I'll buy you an Insanity Max. Anybody in my downline. So
that is so a prize.
I know. I'm like, holy crap. So get Cindy on the phone and let her do it. Let me get you to Success Club 10. That'd be awesome.
That is amazing. So yeah, okay. So that's our focus, guys. We want to get 5 people on the phone this week with me. I mean, think about how many phone calls I'm going to be doing. Let's do it. That would be awesome. I would be working like crazy.
I was going to say, you're going to be on the phone a lot.
I'm totally okay with that. Totally okay with that. So get 5 people on the phone with me and get to Success Club 10. And I can honestly tell you, if you get 5 people on the phone with me, you'll hit Success Club 5 for sure. I confidently believe.
I know. I think so too.
So then all you're going to have to do is worry about the next 5, and then that'll get you to 10. So let's do it. Okay. All right. So if there's no more questions, I'll let everybody go amongst their business. I'm going to go cook my family dinner now. Okay. You guys have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks for getting on.
Yay.
Hi, guys.